Hi there and welcome to GTO Charts. Today I'm very excited to be introducing my new site that I've built called PLO Ninja, and it is totally dedicated to obviously Pot Limit Omaha and how to dominate 6 max Pot Limit Omaha with the help of PLO Ninja. So first question is, what is PLO Ninja? You may have seen some iterations of this back on GTO Charts, and I have pretty much gone back to the drawing board and built it from scratch, and hence decided it needed its own site. Hence, here is PLO Ninja. Now there's two versions. There's a free one and there is a paid version. So just quickly scroll down here. This is the paid version. This gives you a run through of what everything is and does. And let's quickly scroll down again. If you want to go to the website, check out FAQs about what exactly does PLO Ninja do. You can read all about it. So let's first have a look at the free version. Now, to get access to the free version, all you need to do is subscribe. And if we quickly scroll down here, the bottom, here's the prices, but the free version, all you need to do is register and you will have access to the free version. No credit card of any description, no money transactions will take place. So let's click on that, and up comes the free version. And as you can see here, it says the free version has all the basic functionality of the paid version, except the only position you can select is under the gun. So this allows you to test the product and make sure it's accurate, and see if it lines up, and you can explore the interface, run simulations, and yeah, just see how the whole thing hangs together and if it works, and I can assure you it does. And we'll also show you how quick it is to be able to select 4 cards and give you a decision. So as I said, under the gun's the only spot. Now, raise first in or 3-bet from under the gun, if you are 3-bet, sorry. They're the only positions that are available to select. So let's just pick some obvious hands. You are under the gun and you get dealt trash 2, 5, 8, queen. Quick look up of the database and the fold, obviously. And then another obvious one is, a couple pairs of aces with a pair of kings, double suited. Nice, nice, nice. And of course it's a raise. But then, well, again, it's just to show you the 4-bet. I was going to say you will get shown what to do if you are 4-bet. Now, obviously, sorry, if you are 3-bet, by middle position, the cutoff, the button. You see how fast this loads and gets you to make a decision or be able to make a decision. Obviously, that's all going to be 4-bet because that's a no-brainer of a hand, and so on and so forth. Now, let's go through, and there's a couple of ways you can reset everything. You can reset the card matrix so that if you want to keep this position, so 3-bet by the button, you're under the gun, you're 3-bet by the button. So let's reset card matrix and pick a hand that is not so obvious what to do. And if you are under the gun, you get dealt 10, jack, queen, king, double suited, and you're 3-bet by the button, you should call. It's really cool to be able to play around with, I like to say, just find out where the sweet spot is of where you call and where you 3-bet on when you're under the gun or in any position. Obviously, aces will always be a 4-bet. What about ace? No, actually, it's always a 4-bet. no matter even if your cards are pretty bad. One of the golden rules most of the time in PLO is if you are 4-bet and you are out of position, then, excuse me, if you are 3-bet and you are out of position, then you're always 4-bet in a single raise pot hand, and probably in multi-way too. That's a fair assumption, fair statement, I think. And a quick look at just one other spot here in the free version. Let's reset everything, and we're back to see how it resets to under the gun, raise first in, and a hand like double suited pairs. Obviously it's a raise, even small ones, I would imagine. And again, you can click and just see where the point of fold is compared to raise. So you can see there on the right, 2, 2, 3, 4, double suited, but you have a 4 instead of a 3. That's a fold, and that becomes paired. It's a raise. Okay, now let's say we are 3-bet. It auto rebets to 3-bet by middle position. Cut off, it's a call, button, it's a call, and big blind, call, and so on. Actually, one thing I just thought of, let's reset everything, and let's have a look at aces when you're 4-bet and you are in position. That's a whole nother story of what to do. Actually, obviously raise, 3-bet, with the big blind, it's still a 4-bet. There's a spot here where certain threshold where it's a call. Okay, there you go. So you don't always 4-bet aces when you're in position. So in this instance, you're under the gun, you've been 3-bet by the big blind. You're effectively in position, and you have a pretty, I'm not going to say dodgy hand, but I think it's where it's a hand where you can almost get a low connected wrappy thing. So that's sort of the reason you call there. But if you get up and get like a 7 or something, it's a call. So yeah, really cool to be able to play around with this and see where the cutoff points are for raising, calling, folding, etc., etc. All right, now let's have a look at the paid version. Okay, we just go up here and click paid version, 100 BB. Same layout, and just one other point, as a mobile version, if you buy the paid version, it will automatically, and you are on your mobile phone, it'll automatically switch to the mobile version, where this screen becomes more of a portrait rather than a landscape setting. So as I said, it's pretty much the same. The added other positions. So under the gun, middle position, cut off, button, small blind, big blind, etc., etc. Now, of course, if we pick something like middle position, we have the added possibility of a raise from one of the other positions, and in this case, only a raise from under the gun. And then we also have 3-bet, 4-bet. Let's pick, say, button, and raise first in on the button. That's not that interesting, but let's just pick something anyway. Something like that. Obviously going to be a raise. Now what happens if you get 3-bet by the small blind? Still a call. It's a call. And we also get into fun things like 4-bets. So let's have so that would be, let's reset everything again. Situation, let's go cut off, and you are facing a raise. And I'm just going to pick something that's no brainer. The old king. Actually, let's go king. queen, ace, ace. It's obviously a 3-bet. Now the question then is, what if you are facing a 4-bet, which would be click here, facing a 4-bet. Now the 4-bet is obviously, sorry, not obviously, let me try and explain this. Let's go back and do that again. Let's reset everything. And let's go back again, cut off, facing a raise, and you're facing a raise from, let's go with, yeah, under the gun. So look, this is obviously a 3-bet. And I'm going to guess something that's still a 3-bet. It might end up not being a 5-bet. So let me just reiterate this again. Okay, let's just go where we are at again. So we are in the cutoff. We're facing a raise from under the gun, and we have ace of diamonds, king of diamonds, king of spades, queen of spades, and obviously we are going to 3-bet. So we 3-bet. And what happens if our under the gun opponent hits us with a 4-bet? Believe it or not, we are told to fold. Okay. There's some things here that sort of surprised me, but when I looked them up, seem to be correct. So if we were to replace that queen, actually let's replace the queen with a spade. So we go rid of the heart and put in a spade, little fold, and an ace. It's a 5-bet. Interesting. Yeah, I played a hand yesterday that was similar to this, and I'm at the point of all the money's in, and I'm thinking, just 5-bet shove. But when you look at it, sorry, not like that, like more like something like that, and you look at the hand and think, well, I just have to get it in, but not necessarily, because your opponent's range is pretty narrow at this point. Yeah, so again, very cool to be able to just click around and reset and see what hand you should open on the button, what hand you shouldn't, and it's lightning fast. And yeah, so check it out. This is the paid version, and as I said, there's a free version. Get that, check it out. Doesn't cost anything. Click around. Any issues, anything you think's wrong, just hit the contact button and put in a message, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Let's have a look at how much is this going to cost. The answer is not much at the moment, because we are calling it a early bird price. So if you lock in the price now, and when we do some great updates, which we are going to do very, very shortly, and let's scroll down. There's some FAQs there if you want to read that. So by joining now, as it says, you'll secure this rate for life as long as you keep your subscription up. And as we're going to add very shortly, short stacks, deep stacks, heads up, tournaments, going to keep adding and adding and adding. And if you lock in these prices now, ridiculously cheap, $9.95 a month, or you could get the yearly price, and you're going to get all this that'll come online over the next, I would say, month or 2 months. Definitely going to be trying to release one of these stack sizes each week. That's the plan. So once again, get in early bird pricing. Otherwise, once we start adding all these different stack sizes and different types of PLO games, heads up and tournaments, Just to keep up the cost of development, we're going to have to increase the price. But get in early and lock it in. Hopefully together we can just crush this game with the help of PLO Ninja. Thanks for listening.